Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Funnel Hacker TV. I am Susan Leonardson. This is Ben Muth, and we have an awesome show for you today. We have Funnel FOMO. We've got some stuff that we got to talk about. We have a special guest joining us. You may have just seen his face on the screen, and he's going to be sharing, oh my gosh, how he reads 15 books in a month. It's going to be awesome. And then we have some water cooler news that we got to share with you as well. So let's get into it right after we roll the intro.
We are part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.
Hey there, everybody. We're so excited to be able to see you guys. Really quick, if you guys are not here, let us know. We're really happy to see you. We got a lot happening here today. And so we want to make sure that you are here. One moment, you are here. Awesome. Give you guys a second. We've got so much planned. If you guys missed any of it, make sure that you guys are filled in. Make sure that you guys are doing all this stuff. We're going to be watching Facebook. We're watching YouTube to make sure that we get all the details. So we're good to go. So welcome everybody to Funnel Hacker TV. Really quick, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, get the notifications, or if you want a text message reminder that happens every single time we go live, let us know. You can text FHTV to 208-231-3797. Also, one other thing that you can do, we're thinking about, let us know in the comments if this is cool. You can either let us know in the comments on YouTube. We see ya. Yes, hello. How's it going? Yes. All right. Let us know if you guys would like an email before we go live. If you want to email before we go live too, you can go ahead and let us know. I'll just go ahead and toss that over inside of FunnelHacker.tv, and we will go ahead and start sending those emails out. Losing my voice. There we go. All right. Really quick, Susan introduced a whole bunch of things. I think we should start with FOMO. What do you think?
Yes. Oh, there's something so cool going on, and you guys are gonna need to, you need to be part of this.
Okay, so quick behind the scenes story really quick. I was in the office last week. Susan came by and Russell walks past and he's like, we got to prepare. We got to prepare because Dan Kennedy's closing the letter. And Susan goes, what did I just hear?
I was seriously like, did I just hear what I think I heard? Like, right? What's happening? And he was like really excited about it too.
Right. Okay. So if you guys know Russell Brunson, when he bought the magnetic marketing company, he built out the Mifke funnel. What is the Mifke? The Mifke is the most incredible free gift ever, and it sells the monthly newsletter for Dan Kennedy's business. So Dan Kennedy sent Russell a fax and said, it's time to close the funnel down. It's time to close the offer. We're going to shut it off, and we'll turn it on later, possibly. More than likely, it's going to be more expensive when we turn it on next. If you guys want to get the details on why and when it's happening and all that stuff, Russell's actually flying out there already. And so they're going to have time to talk about it. It's going to be the first time the internet touches Dan Kennedy's basement. So you guys can go and make sure. This is a really cool page, by the way. If you guys want us to funnel hack it, let us know, because notice as you scroll, the left-hand side scrolls and the right-hand stays the same. This has been happening in all of the Secrets to Success funnels for all the monthly dramatic demonstrations or webinars that have been happening over there. So if you would like to see how that's built, let us know in the comments. We'll make a note and we'll do that as a 2.0 moment here in the future. But for now, if you guys want to be able to go here and make sure that you get the details, all you have to do is go to nobsletter.com/register. So that's nobsletter.com/register. Let me get that link for you. One moment. nobsletter.com/register. There we are. Cool. So go ahead and go to there. That'll get you all taken care of, and you guys will be able to get all of those details at nobsletter.com/register. All right. So that's the FOMO for today. We actually want to do one more little piece really quick. We're going to do this in a little bit, but we want to talk about Russell's newest YouTube video. So guys, if you have not seen it, Russell has a brand new YouTube video that dropped yesterday. We're just going to talk about it and kind of have a conversation about it because it has to do directly with what we're talking about today. Maybe a 2 Comma Club award. All right. So we're going to talk about that afterwards. First off, let's talk about today's guest. Susan, you heard this guest at Funnel Hacking Live, and you've been like telling everybody about it.
Let me share a little something. Okay. This is like so as part of FHTV, I get to go and attend Inner Circle stuff. and it's awesome. Like I get so many like little golden nuggets. And this is the standout one from this event, which was awesome. And I share it in my community and is amazing. So we have Andy Stickel joining us, and he is going to tell his story, but also he has this really awesome advice and tip and just help you grow your business. So welcome, Andy, to Funnel Hacker TV. We're glad you can join us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Now I focused a lot on what you're about to share with us, but I didn't really focus on anything about who you are. So can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your business, and we'll start there.
Sure. Yeah. So I own a company called SMB Team. I'm the chief marketing officer of the company also. And we are basically a marketing and coaching company for lawyers. And we have grown very, very rapidly. We went from about 4 million in revenue just a couple years ago to 30 million last year. We're expecting about 50 million this year in revenue. And we've done the entire thing using funnels, basically. So the way that all of our clients find us is all through various funnels. And I've been in the ClickFunnels community for a long time. The first time I ever really got into this community, I bought .com Secrets. And, I read it, and I was hooked ever since then. I was actually at an event, and Steve Larson was speaking on stage, and he shared a funnel, and he shared his share file for the funnel. And I started building the funnel at that event. And that's actually the funnel that I won my first 2 Comma Club award on, which was really cool. So, yeah, I've been in this community for a while. I went to the Funnel Hackathons back in like 2017 or 2018 in the Boise office, and joined Inner Circle a couple years ago. And yeah, it's been awesome. It's a great community. The marketing material is amazing. Our entire multi 8-figure business is built on ClickFunnels. So it's been a huge part of my entrepreneurial journey.
Really quick, I just want to make sure I heard that right. Was the share funnel the very first funnel that you had?
Yes.
Or
first funnel
so
I ever
your
had.
first funnel happened is the 2 Comma Club Awards. So
My
you were
first
literally
funnel was
one
2
funnel
Comma
away.
Club. Yeah.
What everybody thinks we're promising, you actually did.
I'm pretty sure that Steve Larson still gets an affiliate payment for me also. That's probably all these years. Yeah. So but it's I mean, we've gone on to I've gone on to win multiple 2 Comma Club awards. We actually just had one. I've won so many that we don't even apply for them anymore because I don't have any more room on my wall.
No.
We just had a funnel actually on Monday. We were looking at our stats, and we had one funnel that was at $1,022,000. So that's another one that we could apply for. I've got the $10 million award. And I know we qualify for the $25 million award. I just don't have anywhere to put it in my office. So I haven't gone through to apply for that one.
So something interesting
that retire some of the other ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a bigger office, I think.
So something interesting Russell started to do when he ran out of space, like he started to give them out to the employees.
Oh, really?
So that way all the employees had one. So that way everyone kind of felt like they were a part of the success.
Oh, that's cool.
And so when one funnel away got it, like he would have the person who's managing one funnel away, he'd give that one over to them. And so that way it almost shares the experience. So that way everybody is kind of winning.
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
Please apply for it. And if you just have them stacked up and you have to take a picture with all of them, that's all they're good for. We'll take the picture.
All right, I'll apply later today.
That's awesome. All right. Okay, so the funnel that you first built with, which is a share funnel, is the funnel that won you 2 Comma Club. What funnel was that? And was it a quick win? Was it a slow win? What did that look like?
So basically what that was is I heard one line from Russell that changed my entire marketing approach. And that is people place a higher value on a physical item, right? So what I did is I created but back then what I was doing is my business wasn't as sophisticated as it is now. This was 2000. What year was that? 2019. Oh no, sorry. That one says 2018 on it. So this is 2018. So basically what I did is I created a video course on how to run Facebook ads for lawyers. So how to run ads, how to set up the landing pages, how to create the messaging, like all that type of stuff, right? Now I could have just uploaded this course to Kajabi or somewhere else, but from what Russell said was that people place a higher value on a physical item. So I found on Amazon, you can buy these little USB drives for $2. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same type of idea. So I bought like 500 USBs for $2, spent like $1,000 on it, whatever. And then I had my daughter and her friends. Basically, I taught them how to load the courses onto the USB drives, and then we sold that. And I mean, what happened was, so I sold that, and then I had an upsell, and then I had I had the order bump, and then I had an OTO 1, OTO 2, and OTO 1. Well, so the order bump was basically, and the way that I thought about this funnel, I got all this directly from .com Secrets and Expert Secrets, by the way. But the way that I thought about the funnel is, okay, we know that they want to run Facebook ads for their law firm so they can get clients. What upsells can we create that will make it easier, faster, or better, right? So the first one was 50, I think it was 50 ad headlines for lawyers or something like that. It was literally just a digital PDF, and it was $37, and people took that at like 40%, which was crazy. And then the next one, so that was like, how do I make it easier, right? And then the next one was, how do I make it faster and also easier? And what I did was, for $97, we'll build all their landing pages for them on ClickFunnels. And like 50% of people took that. And then I had a third order bump. This is so long ago, I can't even remember what it was, but people took that as well. So I got all that. Plus I would also get an affiliate commission that I still get several $1,000s a month from ClickFunnels, that I don't even know who it's from, but basically just from this funnel, because I'd also get the affiliate commission. And then from there, what we would do is we would then upsell them into our company, into our done for you marketing program. So I mean, we made, I don't know how many millions, we made multiple millions of dollars in this funnel. And then we've basically replicated that. I did that same thing with a Google business profile, because we do SEO. So it's like, how do I created a course about how to get ranked in the Google 3-pack for lawyers. Now I could have put it on Kajabi or the members area, or whatever, but I put it on a USB drive, and I charged, free plus shipping. And that's what it was, by the way, it was free plus shipping. So it was like $7.95 or whatever, which cost the price of which covered the cost of the USB drive and also the envelope and all that type of stuff. But yeah, it worked really well.
That's so cool. That's like, okay, thinking outside the box, but also totally funnel hacking Russell, and like you did what you were supposed to do, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, I'll say this: I've tried a lot of stuff also. Like I actually tried the MP3 player, and it didn't work for me. But I mean, not everything works for everybody. But so my first funnel was a success. I've had many funnels that didn't work, but that's also why I found so many funnels that have worked. Because, I would say 30% of what I do actually works. But, when you do 100 things, you're going to hit some home runs somewhere,
Yeah.
So really quick question for the agencies on the call. Quick question is like, so you led in with the thing that they're hungry for. You did the ads for it. How did you upsell them into your services? Because I also know like you started to go higher ticket as well. Like you made a pivot and went much higher ticket than where you were. Like, how do you pivot that initial sale from the funnel?
Well, we know that so everything that I do, I always think, what's the end result that they're actually looking for? And then I reverse engineer back from there, because I know that nobody actually wants to buy a course. Nobody actually wants to buy a USB drive. What they want is they want to get clients for their law firm. But then I take it even further than that. And I say, well, why do they want clients for their law firm? Because more clients is just more problems. And if clients were free, like if they had to work for free for the clients, they wouldn't want more clients. So they don't actually want the clients. They want what the clients bring to them, which is more money, which theoretically allows them to grow their business so that they can then have more free time with their families, so they can give their family a better life, so they can take vacations, So what I do every time I do this, every time I start a business and every time I do a promotion, I always start with the absolute end result. And usually the end result ends with them sitting on a beach in Hawaii, sipping a pina colada, right? And then you work backwards, you figure, okay, well, how do they get there? Well, how do they get there? Well, how do they get, okay, so they want clients, you know what I mean? Because most of the time what we sell, but one of the biggest mistakes that I see, and I tell my clients all the time, what we sell is not what people actually want. And it's not what people are buying. People are buying the result that your thing gets. So basically, if the result is, so I'm selling a course that, will teach them how to run Facebook ads for their law firm and how to get more clients, but they don't actually want that. What they want is they want the freedom. So then when we get them on a call, and a lot of times what we would do is, I believe what we did on this funnel, this is so long ago, I think we just had on the thank you page, we said, okay, your next step is to book a call. And one thing that I've lived my life by is the knowledge that people are silently begging to be led. So if you don't say, hey, if you want to book a call, feel free to. Instead, I just tell people to book a call. So I say, your next step is to book a call. And believe it or not, 40% of people will book a call. And then on there, we'll say, okay, so why do you want to run Facebook ads for your law firm? Okay, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Oh, okay, so you want to spend more time with your kids and you want to be able to coach Little League and all that type of stuff. Okay, cool. Well, what if we could just run these ads for you so that you could get the clients and then you don't have to mess with any of this stuff? And actually, we can do it way better because we've got all this experience. And that will allow you to make more money, to hire more people so that you can have a team that runs your law firm for you like a well-oiled machine. So you can go coach Little League. You know what I mean? Like, and when you do that, it's the way to, I mean, that's how I've done sales my entire life, you know? And actually it's funny. I actually have another company also. It's a supplement company. It's funny. It's actually a buddy of mine who I brought to Funnel Hacking Live, and like in Tennessee, the first year was in Tennessee or in Nashville. He didn't have, you know, he had to like sell his watch collection to go, like he didn't have the money to go there, but I told him to go to it. And we started this company a couple of years ago, and it's actually a supplement that cures hemorrhoids, believe it or not. Right. And last year we did $4 million, I think, and we're going to do 10 million this year. But it's the same thing. Like, nobody wants the pill. Nobody wants the product. What they want is they want to be able to sit down comfortably. They want to not be embarrassed about all these problems. You know what I mean? So again, you just start with the end result, figure out what do they want, and then you work your marketing back from there. And it's never failed me.
Great advice. Great advice.
Oh.
Okay, we're getting people are loving it in the chat too.
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna shift just a little bit because that's all been awesome, and I feel like we've already gotten like so much greatness from you.
Serious.
But we teased it, so we gotta go there.
Yeah.
The secret that you wanted to come share with us on top of all the other ones has to do with reading. And before you dive into what your method is on it, I want to ask you, like, why did you decide you needed to even read 15 books a month?
Sure.
Or around that
So,
amount?
yeah. So, okay. So as I've grown my business, so when I started my business at my kitchen table back in 2012, I was literally the one doing that. Like, I was coding the websites and I was writing the content and doing all that stuff. Right now, fast forward to where we are now, we have over 100 W-2 employees. Plus we have probably another 100 contractors. So we have this massive team. Like, just on our marketing team, we have 9 people that work on it, right? Just to market our company. And I'm the leader of that entire team. Not to mention, I'm also heavily involved with the sales team and all these different things. And what I've realized as I've continued to grow and as I've continued to grow my business is that I have to transition from being a boss to being a coach, right? Meaning I have to actually look at myself as my job is not to do the work, and it's not to it's not to basically like get frustrated with my team. It's to look at my team as I need to coach them on how to do the work so that they can do it. Because as an entrepreneur, the most frustrating thing is when you have a team member who's doing something and they're not doing it the way that you want it done. And a lot of times, and I've been guilty of this many, many times, is what I do is I say, you know, all right, I'll just do it. And I just go and I do it. Right. And that's the worst thing you can do, because one, not only does it crush their spirit, or their morale, but also next time you're going to have to do it again. So I don't have the answers to a lot of this stuff. So basically my solution has been like just-in-time learning to the extreme, right? So it's essential for me to be learning all this stuff so that I can then gather the knowledge that I need and then transfer it to my team. So that's why I started reading so much. And this really started when our sales team, we were kind of doing a reboot on our sales team. And like, I'm great at sales, but I don't know how to manage a sales team. I don't know how to manage KPIs and manage numbers and like train people. And I'm just good at sales. So there was one weekend that, you know, we had a new sales director starting on Monday, and I needed to manage this guy, and I had no idea what I actually needed to do. So I went and I bought like 4 books on sales management. And then I read and then I tried this strategy and I figured out, and I consumed all 4 books. I actually got all the information that I needed, and our sales team is crushing it. So, so that's how I kind of discovered this, and I just use it for everything now. And it's amazing. It's like a superpower because it allows you to, I mean, it'll imagine being able to just download the most important information from books. It's amazing.
Well, so Steve Larson's always talked about this idea of like, so just-in-time learning. So you learn the thing that you need just the moment that you need it. So literally, because you're able to literally devour so many different point of views and angles and ideas, you can take the best and then present to the team. All right, here's the game plan based on all the different best things that are working.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there's a lot of stuff
in the ultimate coach.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, look, I believe that most books are probably 3 times longer than they actually should be. So basically what I want to do is I want to get through the content very, very quickly, but I don't want to miss anything. And I want to make sure that I'm taking the most important information. And the other thing that's really important to understand about reading and books and all that type of stuff is that the content is good, but the second thing that you get out of reading is just the ideas that form while you're reading. So a lot of times, and Myron Golden told this to me, this is one of the best pieces. I mean, I've gotten so many amazing pieces of advice from Myron. I can't even name them all, but one of the best things he ever said that I heard, or that he told me, was basically, when you're taking notes in a book, don't write down what the author said. Write down what you thought about as a result of what the author said. And that's such a big takeaway, because I've had so many great ideas and that's like, even like conferences and stuff. I'll be sitting in the audience at a conference and somebody will just say something and it won't even be what they said, but I'll just get an amazing idea from it. And I've gotten some of my best ideas from just somebody will just say something that just sparks another idea. And I'm like, oh, wow, I should do this, but same thing with reading. That's why I love reading, because you get those ideas, and it might be one idea per book, but I mean, one idea could make you a millionaire. It's like, you don't have to have a lot.
So how do you do it?
All right. So here's what I do. So whenever I buy a book, I buy the audiobook and I also buy the physical book. Right. And by the way, this is like a combination of I've combined pieces of advice that I've heard from like 20 different people to kind of like Frankenstein this method, but it works amazingly. So the first thing that I do is I buy the audiobook and I buy the actual physical book. Right. So, when I buy the audiobook, I buy it on Audible. And what's cool is that on Audible, you can listen at 1 times speed, 2 times speed, 3 times speed, whatever, right? So on Audible, so when you listen to the book, so what I do is I listen to the book and I read along while I'm listening. And for some reason, the reading plus the listening, and I have like extreme ADHD where I'll have like, I do that thing when I'll read 5 pages and then I'll be like, oh, I have no idea what I just read for the last 5 minutes. I don't do that with this. I actually pay attention with this and I can actually follow along, right? So I read at 3x speed. Most people can't read at 3x speed, but here's how I worked my way up to 3x speed. I started at like, let's say you can only read at like 1.5x, right? So what I do is I'll read, let's say I can read at 1.5 and I want to work my way up to 2, right? And this is actually how I did it. What I'll do is I'll start the first chapter and I'll put Audible on 2.5 speed, so fast that I can't even read it. But what I'll do is I'll hit play and then I'll start reading and I'll read like 5 or 10 pages on 2.5 speed. Even if I'm not getting anything, even if it's going way too fast, even if I can't understand anything. And then what I do is I pause it and I go back to the beginning and now I put it on 2 speed. And now it seems slow. And now I can actually read at 2 speed. And this is how I got up to 3 speed, where 3 is my actual default right now. Let me show you let me see if I can, what am I on Audible right now? And what's cool is that basically Audible allows you to increase by 0.05. So you can go, so what you want to do, it's kind of like the frog in boiling water, right? So you read at, so let's say you were at 1.5 for a while, and now you've done 2 by going to 2.5 and then dropping down to 2. Well, read for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes like that, and then bump it up to 2.05. And you will not be able to tell a difference, right? Because 2 versus 2.05 is practically the same. And then do that for a little while, and then go to 2.1. And then do that for a little while, then go to 2.15. Then do that for a little while. And I mean, depending on, now it's different because some narrators speak at different speeds. But I mean, I have some books I can read at 3.5. Which is crazy because I can read a 400-page book in like an hour. Like it's insane how quickly it goes. So now to do this, the way that I actually remember what I'm absorbing is that as I'm going through, I always have a highlighter and a pen. And when I hear something that I like, I'll pause. And then you can see right here, so this is actually no BS marketing to the affluent. Dan Kennedy, I figure is appropriate here. So what I'll do is I'll highlight the bottom there. I know you probably can't see it. And then what I do is I dog ear it. So you can see I just fold the bottom. And if you see this, you can see on this page, I've got, you can't really see, but I've got, let me see if we can see it here. I don't know if you can see. Might not be able to. Okay. I got a bunch of, there you go. Yeah. Well, I got a bunch of pages dog eared. So then afterwards, what I do is I can go back and I see this. Okay. So I have this highlighted so I can go back. And then what I do is I go and I put that information into a Google Doc. And that's the information that I hold on to. And that's how I get the most important parts, so that I'm not actually missing anything. I'm actually absorbing. And then when I go back, what I'll do a lot of times is I'll just kind of reread those sections, and it'll kind of re-spark what I was thinking about. And doing this, it's insane. Like it's actually allowed me to get information and actually use books in a practical way, because I've read books before, and it'll take me, like, if I read just on my own, like if I would just read this, it would take me, I don't know. I mean, it took me like a month to read Winning by Jack Welch. And that's when I decided, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I need to figure out a faster way. And it was a great book, but I could have read that book in like a day if I would have done it this way. So that's how I do it. And it's absolutely a game changer.
It's so good. That's why I have shared this tip over and over and over with people.
So
What could you do?
So you've used it. It's worked for you as well?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm not quite up to 3x yet, but it's the combination of the audio and visual and like the physical and the audio is already like helping so much, right? So I mean, like, guys, imagine if you could read, like, if you're new and you haven't even read Russell's Secrets trilogy, like, imagine if you could get through those this month, right? By using this method, and then you can, like, you have the knowledge that you have, and then branching out. I love that you shared like the context around like how you're moving from business owner into coach with your team. And you're needing, like, you're needing to focus more on like the ideas around team building and running your company, and less on like, we got to build offers and launch offers. But it applies for no matter where you're at. Like, read the books that you need to be reading to get the information, but then most importantly, go take action on that stuff. Right.
Yeah.
That's
I
so awesome.
wish I would have thought to do this like 10 years ago, but unfortunately I didn't.
It's okay. You've learned it now, and you're sharing it with all of us.
Yeah,
We're all grateful for it.
Thank you so very much. And it's okay. So when would you recommend somebody actually like install this? Is this something that somebody should be installing as they're getting started, once they're starting to get traction, once they have a team that they need to coach? Like, anybody should be using this anyway.
I mean, regardless, so the strategy you can use for anything, like whether you're trying to learn how to get better at marketing or whatever. So, I mean, I will read the rest of my life like this. And actually, even when I read for enjoyment, I still read like this, because I'm able to read faster. I'm actually able to, kind of I just think it's a better experience. It's more immersive, and my mind doesn't wander. Like I said, doesn't wander. I have the tendency to start thinking about something else while I'm reading, and then I have to go back and figure out where I left off.
That's such a good point too. Yeah. I experience that all the time. Like, yes. And that's why it takes us forever to get through books. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you so much, Andy, for coming and sharing your story and your experience, and like, congratulations on all your success. And we really appreciate you coming back and giving back to the community. And you've given so many gold nuggets that you guys should have taken something away. all you on all the platforms we're streaming to right now.
If people want to reach out to you, how do they do that?
They can find me on Instagram. It's just Andrew.Stickel on Instagram.
Nice. Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay.
Right.
Andy, thank you
so much.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Oh, man. That was so good.
That was so good. It's hurting my brain.
Let us know in the comments, what was your gold nugget takeaway? Because Andy dropped so many things through there. Ben, what was something that stood out to you?
So it has to deal with the next segment, actually, but understanding the customer's pain, and then being able to take that. So like, there's a whole thing about being able to understand your customer as well as the tactic. Like, the tactic is great, but understanding your customer, like being able to actually like state what that is, the pain that they're ultimately trying to get away from, and being able to turn that into the piece that works. That was super powerful for me, like just alone. And then I still have not put into practice the listening. I haven't even tried. I'm like, I like reading slow, but then I'm like, I never read anything. So I'm going to have to put this into practice. How about you?
Yep. That's, oh my gosh. That's still like, I needed the reminder of how he installs that into his system. So it is really good. Okay. Now I'm curious though, like, okay, what's the connection to the next segment? We got to jump into that.
Okay. All right. So the next segment, guys, we're going to do a really quick water cooler here really quick, because Russell released a video in the last 24 hours. We need to make sure that it's on everyone's radar. So if you guys watch YouTube It's available on YouTube right now. The new video is called From Zero to a Million in 1 Year. Do this. It is a full-on process, step-by-step of what you should be doing in order to reach $1 million. It's got Russell, it's got Myron for a little while talking. Like it's all the best things put into one. And the main strategy that Russell talks about is like, I don't know if you've, have you ever heard the presentation where Russell breaks down each book? Have you ever seen that one? Like he's like, this is when you should be using this book and when you should be using this book. Like he says, like for your path from 0 to $1 million is Expert Secrets. Like it's understanding these key pieces. It's 2 key pieces that he talks about in the YouTube video that he talks about here. Like you figure out those 2 pieces in Expert Secrets. Then you figure out that's how you acquire a customer and are able to sell them by understanding that pain and be able to do that. Then the second piece is then adding on the funnels to monetize and build out your value ladder. Then it is the last piece, which is now you get as many people as you can deluging into the system. And that's what takes you from 0 to $1 million, 1 to 10, and then 10 and up. So I did that wrong. But this one, then this one, then this one. But yeah,
you got it.
And so that's what stood out to me. You can go into more depth if you want, but I just wanted to tee it up. What stood out to you with the video? Because it was good.
Yeah. You want to skip this ad and we'll go back to Russell?
Thank
Okay. So before that ad popped up, you might have seen in Russell's video, like this number popping up, right? It was 2,993 and 18 cents or something like that. You want to go back? Oh, 73 cents. 2,739, 73 cents.
There we are.
And this number is like Russell says, it's my favorite number. And this is because if you can bring in that amount in like revenue every day for 365 days, then you've gone from 0 to $1 million. So that's why you have that number popping up everywhere. One of the cool things though, is you mentioned Myron. And Myron we get to see a little bit of him at the beginning of this video. And actually this is what Myron's talking about in the clip in here. The first time I heard him say it was, I think it was that like Steve Larson's Offermind. Was that like 2019 in Boise? That was the first time I'd experienced Myron. It was awesome. And the tip that he shares in this clip is what was the biggest like epiphany for me from the stage that I got to see him speak. And it was like the shortening of the time frame that you were earning money, right? So you may have heard a lot of people talk about this, and it all comes from Myron's idea and how he says it of like, you got to collapse time. Whatever you can make in a year, make it in a month. Whatever you can make it in a month, make it in a week. Whatever you can make in a week, make it in a day. And so that's like kind of the foundation of what we see in this clip. And that was like of course, like I could do this the slow way. Or I could do it the faster way. Like, why not? Like, if I can go sell this, like, if I can go make this many sales in a month, why don't I figure out how to make that many sales in a week? Right? It's like just so life-changing when you can start thinking about it that way. And so the part where Myron's talking is about like disconnecting your, the amount of money that you can make, disconnecting it from time. And that's awesome. So Russell ties that into basically the path. Right. You gotta always rely on good old Myron to help us have a mind shift change, so that we can now have the belief moving into like, okay, now Russell's telling us the path to get there. Like first we got to believe it's possible. Myron sets that up. And now we got to listen to Russell and he gives us the plan and the path to make it happen. And I think it's really, really cool that we have like this number to put on like, oh, if I can just, and towards the end of the video, he talks about how like, maybe you're not making a sale every day, but maybe you're making 2 sales a week that are actually like $10,000 sales, right? There's multiple ways to make it happen. And so pick what feels more doable for what offer you're putting out there. It might take a little bit of time to get to that frequency of sales. But the point is like, just go tackle it, make that your plan, and then make it be what you're working toward. Have that be in your vision of like, okay, if I can make 2 sales a week, that's $10,000. We're good. I'll make it in a year.
It's a good call. Like the thing that stood out to me too is like, he talks about like just the same thing that Andy talked about today. So is that you really need to understand the customer's pain and their problem. And so the number one thing you need to figure out is what they're willing to buy. And to be able to figure that out, you need to figure out what problems they have in order to reinvent or reorganize what it is that they want and why they want it, and be able to create a message that hits and sticks well. Once you figure out what they want to buy, the second piece is how are they going to buy it. Andy talked to us today about how he built out a free plus shipping funnel. You could sell it one way. You could have done it just as a free like download. He didn't do it. He said people like physical stuff, so he did the USB drive. Like there's a specific way that people will want to buy certain things that they will want. So it's figuring out like how do they want to buy it. Then once you can do that, then you can take them through the value ladder. Then you can ascend them. You can take them with that relationship, and then you can sell high ticket if you want to on the back end, or low ticket, or whatever it is that your process is. But number one, it's finding the problem, creating that solution so you can sell the how. And then the second piece is then how do you sell them? So that was really cool to me. Like that stood out a lot.
So good. I'm really, really loving Russell's videos coming out on YouTube. There's been other ones that we haven't even mentioned on Funnel Hacker TV. So definitely like go watch that one. Go watch the other ones that have been published. There's some on my playlist that I gotta go listen to still. I can't wait to dive in on it. And yeah, they're so good, and they're short. They're bite size. I mean, we just talked about how can you read more in a month? Well, I mean, if you're on to watching Russell's YouTube videos, like this one was 10 minutes long. And there's so much good knowledge in these videos too. So short, won't take much of your day. Go get something out of it. Go take action. Get to work.
Yep. And it's always a question of like business is always going to be a question of I have this in the way, I can't do it. I don't have the money to do it right now. I don't have this to do it now. So you're always pivoting to how am I going to do this? Not why do I stop? So you're always going to need to make that change. And so like always figure out there's always a how to do the thing that you want to get done. You just have got to get creative. So find a way to do it and it'll make it work, and you can make it work. But business is going to be full of those. So don't get stuck on just one of them. All right.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good. Russell entirely revamped the entire YouTube channel. So definitely go check it out. It's a whole new style of content, it's just brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. I think we just have like a couple more reminders for you guys. Is there one more? Yeah. And there's some, while you're pulling up the next thing, Ben, there's been some chatter going on in comments about FHL. Guys, you can go to funnelhackinglive.com, get the details on what Funnel Hacking Live International is going to be like. So go check that out. But a lot of your questions should get answered there too.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, really quick, guys. One last thing before we leave. If you guys have not joined the One Funnel Away Challenge yet, it's available. I wanted to pull up this testimonial really quick. This one is from, wrong one. Here we go. That's what I wanted to zoom. This is Rango's Roaches. Okay. Rango says there's too many ahas moments that I've had in OFA. OFA is brand new, guys. And so if you guys have not gone through it yet, you should. It's free when you get a ClickFunnels account. And the thing is, if you want to get day-by-day coaching through all 30 days, that is now available as well. You guys can get access to that. And that's what Rango was talking about here. So ever since joining the live coaches with Dante and Eli, it's been out of this world. My two largest ahas have been going through when Coach Dante inspired me to create my own course, and when Coach Eli broke down the secret to the 2cc style funnel stacking. Cannot leave out all the great people that I met in this group. So this is, when you join One Funnel Away Challenge, it's not just about, oh, this is new, this is education. This is Russell teaching it a new way this time. It's all about the community. It's locking arms. It's building. It's finding the how, even when you hit a wall. How are we still going to do this? Maybe it's a who, not a how question, whatever that is. You guys can get access to One Funnel Away by simply going to onefunnelaway.com. You guys can get full access over there. Make sure that you jump in. And really quick, if you guys are on Facebook, you can see the comment. It's tabbed, or it's a what is that, pinned? There we go. It's pinned, and you can also on YouTube, you can find it as onefunnelaway.com. Definitely go jump in. It's free with your ClickFunnels account, and there's never been a better offer for One Funnel Away. So definitely go jump in. And who knows? We're not going to say it's definitely going to happen, but who knows? Maybe your first funnel will be your 2 Comma Club funnel, the same way it was for Andy. That is just crazy to me. That just blows my socks off.
Awesome. All right. One more quick reminder. Also, If you're not getting our text messages, if you live in the US, text FHTV to 208-231-3797. And if you are international and you can't do that, you can go to FunnelHacker.tv, and anyone can, where we are going to, you can sign up for the email list. We're going to have recap emails coming to you. And you can see all of our past episodes there, as well as on YouTube and in the Facebook group. Those are all the places you can catch up with us.
So much
all
fun.
right. Okay. We will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys.
My name is Russell Brunson, and I'm part of an underground group of entrepreneurs that you've probably never even heard of before. We don't rely on cash from venture capitalists to get started, and we don't even have goals to go public either. In fact, our motivation is the exact opposite. You see, we have products and services and things that we know change people's lives. But because we're fighting against the big brands, people with literally unlimited budgets, we have to do things differently. We have to do things smarter. We don't have financial safety nets because every test we take is with our own money. We have to be profitable from day number one. So how do we do that? How is that even possible? If you ask the MBAs or look in your college textbooks, they will tell you that what we are doing is impossible, yet it's happening every single day. And it's happening through an art and a science that we call funnel hacking. It's not really something that I can explain to you. It's something I have to show you. These stories are a glimpse of entrepreneurs just like you who have a dream and a vision who want to change the world in their own little way. I use the funnel hacking process to help make their dreams become a reality. Yes, we are funnel hackers, and these are our stories.